Hello YouTube, and welcome to yet another video that has been requested for actually more than a year ago. Hermaeus Mora, a video on the Daedric Prince we all know and love. Well, this is a video that's kind of a filler video between the last video and the video on Cyrodiil, since the video on Cyrodiil is taking a tremendous amount of time, since I want to make a really good prediction and I need some help from people from that, but they're all in different time zones. So please forgive me and just do it with the videos I present now. So, without any further ado, let's quickly kick off. Hermaeus Mora is the Daedric Prince of knowledge, mysteries and memory. He's a prince obsessed with the collecting of knowledge and getting to know every single thing there is to know in this universe. To have every bit of knowledge. He is neither good nor evil and serves only his own purpose, which is usually getting knowledge and learning more things. Therefore some people call him the demon of knowledge, as he is quite fanatic about it. His usual occupation is the scrying of the future, fate and even the past. As said before, one of his other hobbies is the collecting of knowledge. He usually just dubs mortals as his champion, for they are the ones collecting his knowledge for him. In almost every Elder Scrolls game he appears in some way or has a quest related to him. A good example is the quest lines he has in Skyrim. The first one being the one with the Dragonborn DLC questline, in which you have to collect his black books of knowledge and visit Apocrypha, his plane of existence, and ultimately face off against one of his other champions, Mirak. But the other questline he has is an interesting one. That gives a good example of his method of collecting knowledge. It's the one that involves Septimus Signis and a Dwemer lockbox. Before you can understand what I mean, a little backstory is required on this. One day, in his search for knowledge, Septimus Signis was approached by the Daedric Prince of Knowledge, Hermaeus Mora. Hermaeus promised Septimus that he would lead him to a very powerful artifact, the Heart of Lorkhan. Of course, the Morrowind player under us, or the people who have watched my video on the Nerevarine, must have already noted that this would be impossible in fact. The Heart of Lorkhan was destroyed long ago by the Nerevarine in the Morrowind game, something the Daedric Prince of Knowledge would obviously know. However, Hermaeus Mora told Septimus it was not destroyed, but hidden by some unknown people in a Dwemer lockbox, far beneath the ice fields of Winterhold. In exchange for this information, however, Septimus had to become an agent for the Daedric Prince. And so it was, and Septimus sent out into the ice fields to search for the heart. After some time, he found a cave, a small glacial cave, within it a large Dwemer-made lockbox. He knew that this was the thing he had been looking for. His master Hermaeus Mora then returned to him and told him that inside the box was the heart. All Septimus had to do was unlock the lockbox. Septimus then had the Dragonborn, the player character in Skyrim, delve into Elftand, an ancient Dwemer ruin, to have the information of the Elder Scroll that was hidden there written on one of his lexicons, in hope that the scroll could tell him how to open the lockbox, since with the mechanisms of the Dwemer, one could write the contents of an Elder Scroll onto a lexicon, a sort of cube that you can write on with knowledge, a sort of Dwemer USB stick, I guess. And well, this book actually could tell him how to open the lockbox. The information on the scroll told Septimus that he would need the blood of a Dwemer to open the box, but since the Dwemer were all extinct, it was impossible. But the mad cunning Septimus thought of a workaround. If he had the blood of all existing Mer races, he could make a mixture that would be similar to the blood of the Dwemer, so with the blood of all the other races and some other ingredients only Septimus knew about. And so it happened. The last Dragonborn once again acted as his assistant and got him the blood. He then opened the lockbox, but discovered that there was actually no Heart of Lorcan to be found. Just a book inside. Nothing more. Once he realized this, that it was only a book, Hermaeus Mora quickly killed him with some Daedric magic, only for the Dragonborn to take the book, the Ogma Infernum, a book full of hidden knowledge. I'll come back to that in a second. This raises the question, why did Hermaeus Mora lie? Why did he want the box opened? The Ogma Infernum is actually supposed to be part of him, or at least of his plane of oblivion, so he should be able to take it out of the lockbox whenever he wants and just transport it back to Apocrypha for him. Why then did he go through such lengths to retrieve the book? To open the box and retrieve the book? I have a personal theory on this that I have also already told you in the Septimus video. It is my theory that since he is the Prince of Knowledge, he merely wanted to know how the box had to be opened. He didn't want the book. He just placed the Ogma Infernum inside as a reward for the Dragonborn. All he wanted was to know how the box had to be opened. This would actually explain Septimus's death, since Septimus also knows how to open the box. He had to die so Hermaeus Mora could keep the monopoly on the information on how to open the Dwemer lockbox. You could of course argue that the Dragonborn has also the knowledge on how to open it, but the Dragonborn does not really know how to make the mixture of the blood, or even how the essence extractor works that Septimus constructed. But this is just my theory. However, I find it very convincing, since Hermaeus Mora is the Daedric Prince of Knowledge, and his thing is collecting knowledge. Leave your thoughts in the comments below on that theory. But most people know him as a dark, ominous cloud, with tentacles coming out, eyes coming out, and a deep, mysterious voice. That sounds a little weird at times. When asked about himself in Elder Scrolls Online, he actually says that he is the riddle unsolvable, the door unopenable, the book unreadable, and the question unanswerable. His plane of oblivion, Apocrypha, that I mentioned before, is an endless library made up of rows and rows of bookcases, filled with books completely stacked with hidden and dark knowledge. The library is guarded by all sorts of ghosts that are permanently searching for missing knowledge for their lord Hermaeus Mora. Since once they were apparently mortals or something, the story isn't really that clear on the seekers and the lurkers, but what we do know is that they were once mortals and that they are now searching for missing knowledge for their master, Hermaeus Mora. The only real easy way for mortals to enter Apocrypha is by reading the Black Books. Books that are filled with evil and forbidden knowledge that have been spread across Tamriel by Hermaeus Mora, since the books are actually sort of lost in space and time, and if someone reads it, it renders the reader's body into Apocrypha, but still their body remains also within Tamriel, so it's a really weird situation. Most mortals that do this, a good example is the mage Morian Xenegas, get seduced by the endless knowledge and ultimately get actually lost in Apocrypha, and which means that your body disappears out of Tamriel and you'll be lost in Apocrypha forever. However, ultimately not many people get to visit Apocrypha, and even less people return. One of the other things we know about Hermaeus Mora is that at one point he always grows tired of his servants, and then wants them dead. Good examples are of course Septimus in Skyrim and Miraak in Skyrim, who are both actually replaced by the Dragonborn at the end of Skyrim, who actually got him the knowledge of how to open the Dwemer lockbox and the knowledge of the Skal people during the Dragonborn DLC, and undoubtedly more after Skyrim ends. We also know that one of his first servants was actually Xarxes, the god of secret knowledge and ancestry, who began as a scribe of Auriel or Akatosh and kept track of the first accomplishments of the Alnofey. He was however seduced by Hermaeus Mora's side by offering ancient knowledge of Hermaeus Mora to him. He was then seduced to Hermaeus Mora's side, as I said before, and then he was instructed by Hermaeus Mora to write down the knowledge he gave him, and he wrote the Mysterium Xarxes. So that's how the Mysterium Xarxes, the object most associated with Hermaeus Mora, came into the world of Tamriel. Well guys, that was it again. I hope I didn't miss something. I tried my best to find everything there is in the games, but I really don't play a lot of Daggerfall, and I know that he appears there too. So I'm sorry if I missed anything. I didn't really want to search the wiki for it. I tried mostly to play just the games. Anyway, some people disagree with me that that's not the best way to make a video, but hey, it's my channel, right? Anyway, again, if you liked the video, please like the video and subscribe for more videos. Again, the serial video is coming, I promise that, but really I can't work any faster on it since I got help from a couple of people, and they're in different time zones, and the work is going really slowly. But it's coming. I already recorded like half of the video, so that's good, I guess. And yeah. Again, I hope you liked it. My Instagram and Discord are in the comments. No, not in the comments, in the description. If you want more contact with me or want to view my memes I post on Instagram. I sometimes always post sort of things that I'm working on in the video. Like last time I posted a picture of the thing I'm using for the serial video. And so yeah. I'll see you later in the next lore video. Bye bye!